Well, welcome once again to the Kintex International Centre. Randy Strossen from Iron Mind, together with myself, David Goldstrom, and we're just about to get underway on the 94 kilo class. Here you have the competitors, and two important announcements. The the Russian lifter Vasily Polovnikov, sadly not with us this evening. He's suffered an attack of flu, nothing too serious, but obviously not able to compete. And also Jürgen Spiess from Germany, unable to compete, injured his back about a week ago. This is Vladimir SEDOV, the Asian champion of 2009, and the first of two Korean challengers. Kim Mi-yae, 26 years of age, with personal bests of 180 and 210. Kim Seon-yong is his teammate. He's got a PB of 168 and 220 in the clean and jerk. Here's the Polish representative, Bartłomiej Bąk. Didn't get a total in the Olympic Games, and as you can see, fourth at this year's European Championships. Andrei Demanov, also close to overall medals in Chiang Mai in 2007. A very competitive field tonight, just 15 kilos the spread across all the entry totals. As you see, Evgheni BRATAN from Moldova, bronze medal in the Europeans a couple of seasons ago overall, but here is a man who, if he's back to his best, would really be a contender. The world champion on two occasions, Nizami PASHAYEV of Azerbaijan. Anatoly Krikov from Moldavia, junior world silver medalist, and here Valerio Kaluncia trying his fortune for the first time as a 94 kilo contender, and Nicu Vlad, president of the Romanian Weightlifting Federation, hoping very much that another Romanian medal will be coming his way. Well, Randy, you've had a look at the field. Pretty competitive stuff tonight.
Absolutely. It can be tight, but I think the competition level is also going to be very high, David. We're going to see some big lifts. We have a lot of people that are looking to total in the range of about 400 kilos. We see some guys that are coming back from big lifts in the recent years. None of the top four from Beijing are here, so the door is open for a new champion.
Well, just about half a minute to go here, Randy, as you take a look at the world records. Kakashvili still holds the overall at 412, dating back to 1999. So just about to get underway in this 94 kilo category. World Championship, 207 pounds, 14 and 3/4 stone or thereabouts. And not a bad crowd, not absolutely packed tonight, but I can promise you tomorrow night for the women's super heavyweights, it really will be rocking to the rafters. This fantastically large aircraft type cavernous hangar that we're in, but actually made pretty friendly by a very warm and efficient organisation, as the first man, the first of the two Kims for Korea, comes onto the stage. Now this is a man who did compete a couple of years ago in the World Championships, Kim Seon-yong. 160 kilos to open up with.
Good lift. I mean, that's not a huge weight in this crowd, but you know what? He does what he needs to do. He makes a successful lift. Snatch done in one movement, done quickly. He's on the board.
8 kilos inside his personal best, so a conservative start, as you said. The world record, 188 kilos. Well, that stood for 10 years. Never get this right. Akakios Kakashvilis of Greece back in Athens World Championships. And it's always been the case, hasn't it, Randy, in this weight category? Records have been hard to come by.
Well, this is a competitive class. I mean, for some really hardcore weightlifting fans, this is the class. And just to give you an idea, I mean, we saw, 180 kilo snatch in B session today, didn't we, earlier today?
We did indeed, and there have been some great champions. Konstantinov won in Chiang Mai with 397. A year earlier, Ilya Ilyin, the controversial Olympic champion who's now competing. Well, not sure whether he's competing in 85 or 94. He could do either.
Well, I think 94, and you know who he has sniffing at his heels is his teammate who we're going to see tonight, another guy who's moved up from 85, Vladimir SEDOV, who's doing some big lifts in training. Could be the big story tonight, actually.
Yeah, looking very forward to him. Then this is Anatoly Krikov of Moldavia. 165.
Couldn't get under, couldn't lock out that right arm. Got to fix the weight overhead and stand up and wait for the down signal.
He will have 2 minutes.
And since we're in the early stages, important to mention here that Artem Ivanov of the Ukraine totaled 180 kilos in the B group earlier today. So technically at the moment, he's well in the lead here in the first half of this competition.
2 guys in it at 380. Yeah, so I mean, it shows how good the lifting standard is in this class when you got 2 guys totaling 380 in the B section.
So Kim Sen-yong, 5 kilo increase. Now the first attempt, as we said, was pretty straightforward.
Good lift.
Yes, he is doing well. Good lift. 165 kilos, second attempt for Anatoly Shiriku from Moldova.
김선정 선수 2차 시기 성공.
So,
다음 선수는 8번 몰도바의
again,
아나톨리 시리쿠.
pretty straightforward here, Randy.
Yep.
Drives up, no fuss and bother there. But he's, according to his marks, he's lifting really well within his compass.
Absolutely. You know, he made the lift, which is the job he had to do.
I'd quite like to see him really pushed. Normally you might think of a couple of extra kilos. I hope they go a little bit more than 168 for him on the third attempt.
Yeah, that 5 kilo increase, though, that was not an insignificant step up. Showed some confidence. It was well warranted.
Now Krikov to try and correct things.
Well, he had to walk forward a little bit, chase the bars a little bit out front, but he's still wishing he'd done that in the first attempt. Good lift. Remember, he only gets 3 attempts in the snatches, so he can't afford to waste any of them.
166.
Well, I mentioned Artem Ivanov, and you mentioned him as well, who got 380 in the B group. Worth mentioning also the Azerbaijani lifter, Rovshan Futolayev, who also did 380, made up with a 170 and a 210 in the clean and jerk. So, as it ever is, those 2 guys the leaders in the clubhouse at the moment, and you can see that these lifters going early in this A group are actually they're well below those 180s. It just makes you wonder a little.
Yeah. Well, you were searching for a polite way to say that, but that's just true. I mean, you can't, the numbers don't lie. We're still, we're only up to 168 kilos now, but the top guys in this category should be well above that mark. Should be. I mean, nothing's guaranteed.
The guys who are drawn into tonight's A group, they're based on their entry totals.
Right.
And the gentlemen who lifted earlier in the day are also based on their entry totals. So, you could say that 1 or 2 are being over-ambitious and 1 or 2 are actually underestimating. And the problem you have, if you go in the B group and you're better than you announce, is that you can't actually compete with the people for the medals because you don't know what you have to do.
Yeah, he just didn't have enough fuel for that one. Not high enough in that front. David, absolutely. Because part of this is psychological. It is competitive. And you'd like to be staring the rival in the eye, and you can't do that if you're in 2 different sessions.
Yeah, I mean, you get within. We had Hernandez of Cuba, if you remember, the other night, who did 205. Wasn't that far off a clean and jerk medal. What would have happened if he'd been in the A group and known that maybe 2 or 3 kilos more, and he might have grabbed it, but he didn't have that opportunity because he was in the B group.
Right. There's a feeling, some lifters maybe will try to hide in the B session, post a big toll, but most people, if anything, they'd rather stretch the other direction, be hanging out with the big boys.
Evgheni BRATAN going at 170 kilos. That's what's posted at the moment, but only 38 seconds. I have a feeling that's going to change any moment, because if it isn't, then their management's a bit poor.
Yeah, you know, it might be the latter. They had that 30-second mark to make that change and didn't come in.
Well, he's not. Well, if he is,
he's going to have to sprint. Well, you can see how fast he can run.
He is sprinting, but
yeah.
you know, 19 seconds.
He can do it. He can do it, but he can't dawdle.
No, but 170 kilos. This is no way to take your first attempt and give yourself a platform for the evening. 8 seconds.
Well, he's cool under pressure. 3 seconds. The rule is you have to just get the bar launched before time runs out. He did that. You know, maybe he used that adrenaline to his advantage.
Or maybe he just saved his coaches.
Notice a lot of the lifters here, David, I don't know if you noticed this too, they're chalking up before they come out. They're not, you know, stalking on the platform, chalking up there. They're ready to fire, you know, when they come out. Of course, right after I say that, guy goes and chalks up.
So, Valerio Calancia for Romania. This is his first crack at this 94 kilo class, having been a world champion at 85 kilos in 2003 in Vancouver. It's 170 to open up. This really ought to be pretty straightforward.
Should have been, but it wasn't, huh? Up and down. Looking at his hand, I don't know if he tore callus or if that's just, you know, an automatic reaction because he missed the lift. Let's watch this in slow motion and see what we can see.
Olympic champion and president of the
Well, there's Nicu Vlad with him, a great lifter, head coach. And I believe also the president of the Romanian Weightlifting Federation. There it is, pops it. Now, you know what? The bar is a little bit in front. He's leaning back a little bit at the top of this lift. Needs to push his upper body through, fix that bar overhead. And that did not happen. The bar comes down, no lift.
You know, I'm looking at these opening weights here, you know, 170s, 177, 175, you know. Those chaps that have got, you know, Ivanov of the Ukraine, he's got 180. You know, he could have some chance for a medal here, you know.
Right. Yeah, that was a great shot. Look at Nicu Vlad. Nicu Vlad, tremendous snatcher as a competitor himself, and demonstrating what he wants to do, showing how he wants to what lifters call stretch the bar. That's what that violent motion was a few seconds ago that Nicu was illustrated. Stretch that bar when it's overhead so that you lock it out. Don't think press up, think stretch it. So let's see if this works. Good. This time at least he's chalking up in the right place. So I'm come running out.
He's got plenty of time. I've got to tell you, Randy, if he doesn't get this, I can't see how he's going to get to 180.
Yeah, well, I don't even want to think about it. If he doesn't get this, I mean, this would not be a good evening for him or for Nicu.
I know clean and jerk's his stronger suit, but needs to stay near the action. Come on. No.
Yeah. Now, you could see there he was trying to work the bar, stretch it out to get under it, and he just didn't push through. And I don't know. Let's see what Nicu says to him this time. That was much closer. You notice he was closer to being able to fix the bar overhead. Yeah, Nicu's not yelling at him. He's going to give him some calm instructions here. And, you know, he's looking at his hand again. I wonder. Let's analyze the lift coming in close to the body, pops over. Oh, that was within range. Look, he's starting to lose it behind, and he's moving his hips, trying to adjust in the bottom position, compensate, save this. Nah, just cannot quite do this. And down it comes.
Yes, as soon as the loaders or platform assistants see anything strange at the barbell, they are entitled to take the initiative.
Third attempt coming up here now for
170 kilos. Third attempt, Anatoly Chiriku from Moldova.
7번은 8번 몰도바의 아나토리 시리쿠 선수.
Okay, Kirkov's coming up. 170. Missed his opener. 165, made it 170. Now, big jump, a big jump, especially for a guy who's missed an opener. That shows some confidence. Nice smooth pull off the floor. Came off the floor maybe a little bit fast, and you know what? He was soft at the top, meaning he did not do this thing we've been talking about, stretching the bar. You have to have a violent end to this lift, which is what that stretching the bar kind of thing is. You can't just relax at the top and go, oh, well, I hope the bar stays there. You've got to make it stay there, and he didn't do that. Watch the soft finish at the top. Just kind of like, oh, well, I wish it was there. Nope. No lift. Demonov up now for an opener, 171 kilos. Fixing that hook grip. There's such a violent pull in the snatch that you need to use a hook grip or you're going to lose energy, meaning that your hands are going to open up and the full force won't go to the bar when you're lifting. He had to work a little bit on the bottom, and you could see the tongue coming out and everything, some effort, but nice lift. We're up to 171 kilos now as an opener.
Yeah, Andrei Demanov, this season's European bronze medalist. But this is fascinating. The more I look at this, the more I can see that Artem Ivanov of the Ukraine is going to get a medal out of this. Because, you know, we're still down in the low 170s and lifts disappearing very quickly now. Bartholomew Bonk didn't get a total in the Olympic Games in Beijing. He got 175 in the clean and jerk phase, but then had 211 and 212 kilo attempts in the clean and jerk, and it didn't happen for him.
You know, the bar's moving fast at the top. You got under. He was moving a little bit from side to side or back and forth going under the bar. It wasn't just slotted up and down the way you'd like, but he got the bar overhead, fixed it, stood up, and got a good lift. Ideally, the lifter would be moving as if he were on rails. You can see some wiggle, I think, as he's going under this thing. Look at this, you know, moving around. Might be getting hammered a little bit as the weight's coming down, forcing him out of his groove.
So Kalanchia, bit crucial now.
Absolutely, painted himself in a corner. He's got to back against the wall on this one. Oh, you know, talking about pressure, the guy misses 170 twice. Look at that hand again. I really wonder, maybe he did tear something back there. Okay, misses 170 twice. Got to come out for his third attempt, last attempt. They went to 172, and he fought and fought and fought, but could not save that lift.
You know what's happening here? Just reflecting on Artem Ivanov, you know, in the Olympic Games in Beijing, he was only 11, but he totaled 380 exactly as today. But higher totals getting into the A group.
174 kilos, second attempt for Evgheni, BRATAN, Moldova.
And just reflecting on that, his problem, this is the man who leads the snatch, was in Beijing. He did 170, 175, and he didn't get 175, so he's improved here by 10 kilos in the snatch, and that's what's making the difference, because he matched his clean and jerk performances of Beijing. And the reason why he's a factor is because of the failures now in these early lifts in the A group. So, BRATAN.
little adjustment there in the bottom position. That's fine. But you know though, also there's been this attrition. There have been enough guys who are not actually lifting tonight who would be more toward the top than the bottom of this class. The top lifters have not yet started in this class, but yeah, the guys down in the the lower half of this class are not performing at a super high level, and there have been some missed lifts. But a couple of guys who could have been a factor at this level are not here, like Jürgen Spiess would have been a factor at this level.
Absolutely. And also the Russian who's not here, Polovnikov.
So there are two guys right there. But the top guys still have to come out. They're still going to come up to the table. But yeah, these guys in B session, I mean, they're right now, they're, saying, hey, maybe we're going to leave us some metal in our pockets.
175 kilos. First attempt, yes, but now
so the second of the Koreans, Kim Mi-yae. Now this guy's got a personal best of 180, and I suppose with 3 attempts has every possibility of getting up there. Needs to get this to get him on his way.
Pump the hips, kind of had this look of confidence. I thought starts the bar going, looks good, but you know what? That lift really wasn't that close, in my opinion.
And that body weight you can see there on that graphic, 93.86, that's another disadvantage he has in terms of trying to overcome Ivanov, who weighed in at 93.64. So, and well, you've got an Iranian now, Ashgar Ebrahimi, who's actually in silver medal position on 176 at the moment. So it could well be that Kim's going to follow himself on this 175. Just having a look, and anybody moving up, 177 for PASHAYEV, 2 times a world champion. SEDOV, 177. That would certainly give those two a chance of getting to 180 and beyond. But actually, just looking at the others there, 176s, if that's going to be their second attempt and then they only take another couple of kilos, which is often the way with the third attempt, they might not get there. So, the bronze medal for Ivanov is a real possibility, and who knows?
Yeah. I thought maybe you were being, let's say, a little aggressive on that or optimistic for them. But you know what? I'm starting to become a believer. I think we've got a really good possibility now, because the tide is not changing on this. If anything, we're going a little faster down this path of this B session snatch looking awfully good. And, as we said at the top, 180 kilo snatch is no big. That is a significant lift.
But also, all of the coaches, all of the lifters know how close this class is, and we said it a couple of days ago, sometimes it happens, the pressure gets into the warm-up room and everybody tightens up, and that's why you get a lot of these failures, and it becomes a little infectious. So we need somebody to break the mold. This man would do nicely. 4 seconds, needs to get moving. 3, 2,
and he does.
Just in time.
Yep.
Just in time, and 175. So moves him into the bronze medal position in the snatch. But he's still 5 kilos off the leader, and he's only got 1 attempt left. And not being disrespectful, I can't see them putting another 5 kilos on. And even if they did, he still wouldn't go into gold.
Yeah, it'd be bold. I mean, there's a man who missed his opener, came back and made it. And 5 kilos, you're right, would be a pretty aggressive increase.
Only 2 lifters yet to start. So Damanov now, 176. And the guy who's in second place, this is the Iranian Ashgar Ebrahimi, lighter in body weight, so this would only take Damanov into overall bronze. Well, snatch bronze at the moment.
Right. don't know. You know, we're not seeing phenomenally good or accurate snatching tonight. The snatch, you got a very little pocket for success. I mean, there's a big margin where you can play with it. You know, bar being left, right, front, back, and guys are missing it.
Yeah, it happens in World Championships. You've got 15 titles up for grabs, and not everyone's a humdinger, not everyone's a category where you just get success after success. But I'll tell you what, when this happens, lifters who start to put lifts in now have real opportunity.
Yeah.
And Bartholomew Bonk, first one okay, 172, 4 kilo increase. This would be really useful for him.
Yeah. Now, we haven't seen a lot of guys missing the bar behind like that. Means he probably swung it. You know, you mentioned opportunity. I think that's the name of the game tonight, because things have changed. Things are not working out the way we thought they would on paper, and some guys are going to benefit from this.
Well, he's I hate to say it, Randy. I mean, if this carries on like this, then even medals in the overall championship may suddenly become...
Don't say that. Well, you know, it's interesting. We said that the top guys from Beijing are not here, and we're going to see new champions emerging tonight.
So, BRATAN. Last attempt, just 2 kilos increase. That was sort of predictable. Weighed in at 93.90. He's heavy. So, even if he goes 176, the best he can do is to go into snatch bronze.
Подрыжек посильней. Сильно.
Well, I got to tell you, know, if this caught your eye, but here's a guy who's wrapped on his left side, right? His left knee and his left wrist, nothing on the right side. And of course, he twists to the right, trying to save this thing. But I don't know if he had a recent injury. There's David Rieger, by the way, with Damanov.
Well, Damanov onto the stage now, looking for a total of 400. Well, if he wants to go in that direction, he's got to get this. A lot of the lifters, actually, when you look at the stats, they don't have a high percentage of success. There's a lot of 50%ers in this field.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of red on the scoreboard. Well, there was another one.
But it's like a little bug's gone round the room.
Still over the platform, waiting for Bartholomew.
So at the moment, Artem Ivanov of the Ukraine, still from the B group, leading the way with 180 kilos, and Ashgar from Iran in the silver medal position. So, Bonk, third and final attempt, 176. And again, this would put him into bronze medal position. SEDOV PASHAYEV waiting in the wings to start at the moment. Oh dear, well, as Randy said, there's an awful lot of red about the board.
177.
So he's left down in 5th place at the moment.
7kg으로 검량원 올려주시기 바랍니다.
Kim of Korea with 1 attempt, SEDOV with 3, PASHAYEV with 3.
실전번호 1번 카자흐스탄의 블라디미르 세도브 1차 시기.
Well, Vladimir SEDOV from Kazakhstan, 177 kilos. That's 2 kilos up on what he originally planned. Right, at last, some very fast and accurate lifting, and that takes him into silver medal position.
77 kilos also. A first
Ahead of
Nizami
Ashgar Ibrahimi of Iran.
7번 7번 아제르바이잔의 니자미 파샤예브 1차 시기.
And Nizami Pashayev will be the next man out here. Really explosive speed from this man. And now Pashayev opening up on exactly the same kiloage. In his case, this is what he planned for his opener. World champion in 2002 in Warsaw and regained the title in 2005 in Doha.
No lift. He may repeat.
So, not an auspicious start by Pashayev.
For Pashayev. As you may see, ladies and
When he
gentlemen,
won the world title in Doha back in 2005, 185 kilos, did 181 in the Olympic Games.
It would be very strange, but not impossible, that from Group B we might find the gold medal in snatch. Let us see what happens.
So at the moment still Artem Ivanov of the Ukraine in the lead from the B group, 180 kilos. Vladimir SEDOV of Kazakhstan, 177. And there in third place you can see the Iranian lifter on 176 kilos, ahead of Kim of Korea, Kim Mi-ae. So Pashayev following himself on 177. Kim just holding back and waiting in the wings. Effectively going to have one go at whatever is required to try and get a bronze medal. At the moment, quite interesting because with the Iranian at 176, the bar on 177, clearly Kim feeling that he's got more than an extra couple of kilos in the locker, has achieved 180, so just biding his time, waiting to see what the likes of Pashayev can do. So, locking on.
Still no lift.
Inevitably, this is one man who was favoured to do well, entered a total of 400.
In the background of those numbers.
And now
77 kilos, Nizami Pashayev
has a really difficult decision to make.
should come out and look.
Of course, he could always put the bar up,
In the
but
meantime, Vladimir
he'd have to be
SEDOV
awfully confident at this moment to do just that.
for later on.
7번 7번 아제르바이잔의 니자미 파사예프 선수 1차
So once again, he finds himself following himself,
시기 177kg
and the fans might be there for him, but
출전하겠습니다.
there's nothing they can do. It's all down to him on the stage now. A minute and a half. And you're certainly looking at one of the most experienced men on the stage, 28 years of age. And as Randy said, absentees, Jürgen Spiess with a back injury, Polovnikov of Russia with the flu. But that has made a difference to the field. Taken out two potentially winners of the competition. And Pashayev now third and final attempt.
Lan düzüne yakına ver. Belin yaxşıdır, ayakla işte.
Well, that's what champions are made of. Took him 3 attempts to get there, but 177
To stay in competition.
puts Pashayev, by virtue of body weight, into third place and pushes the Iranian off the podium down into fourth place on 176. One of two men from the B group in the top 5 positions at the moment, but still Artem Ivanov of the Ukraine leading the way.
카자흐스탄의 블라디미르 세도브 2차 시기. 김민재 선수 대기.
I expect to change any moment. And all of a sudden I'm right. 178 kilos, but for Kim Min-jae from Korea. Third attempt.
대한민국의 김민재 178kg
So
3차시기.
Kim Min-jae of Korea, 178 kilos. Out of the medals at the moment, but taking a conservative view, not going after the 180 of the current leader,
김민재 선수가 3차시기 178kg를
but
성공하면
deciding that with his last attempt
박수 부탁드리겠습니다.
to move himself up from where he is now, which is in 5th place, 178 would take him into overall silver
이제 앞에 힘 주고 끌어.
and assure him of a snatch medal here. So, 20 seconds. Drives up and he's done it. Makes his lift. Not quite up to his personal best. He's done a 180, but he and the coaches felt that 178 was within their compass. And on this evening, when we've had so many failures, good enough. So he leads, or I should say is in silver medal position ahead of Vladimir SEDOV, who's the only man with lifts remaining and the only man who can take the gold medal away from Artem Ivanov from the B group. Ivanov, just to fill you in a little bit more, he was junior world champion in Prague in the 94 kilo class back in 2007 when he totaled up 360, in Beijing 380. But it's not about him at the moment, it's about this man. So 182 kilos for the gold medal. And there it is. So
He says he's number one, and he's just proven that
Artem Ivanov of the Ukraine
at least in this session.
pushed down into silver medal position, but that's still a very decent achievement. And Kim Min-jae of Korea in the bronze, PASHAYEV of Azerbaijan in 4th place. But now SEDOV, with a 2 kilo advantage, has the opportunity, this man from Kazakhstan, to move further ahead. 21 years of age, joint youngest of the class tonight, and Kazakhstan with a huge impression here, both in the men's and the women's division at the moment.
Is right there at
And SEDOV,
188 kilos, not far from his reach right now.
183 kilos on the bar, just 185 kilos on the bar now. That's only 3 kilos short of the world record held by Kakashvilis for the past 10 years. So this would be a very useful advantage. He would go 5 clear of the man in the B group, and then he'd be really pulling away. He'd be 7 ahead of the Korean Kim Min-jae, and he'd be 5, 3, 8 clear of PASHAYEV of Azerbaijan. So really important lift in his quest to become 94 kilo world champion. His ambition to achieve at least a total of 405 kilos. Lifted 215 in the Asian Championships in clean and jerk. 183 was his best in those Asian Championships in the clean and jerk, but this for 3 out of 3. Come on, come on, come on, stand up. He's got 3 out of 3. And a bit of quality comes into the competition now. At 185 kilos, that's very good lifting. Only 3 shy of the world snatch record. And the 21-year-old from Kazakhstan goes into the lead. But Artem Ivanov of the Ukraine has got the overall silver medal ahead of Kim Min-jae of Korea, who takes the bronze in a very well planned campaign by the Korean coaches. And PASHAYEV of Azerbaijan, 2 failures at 177, really denting his chances, and he's down in 4th place. And as I said, he's now some 8 kilos off the pace. And we should be able to, hopefully, I don't know whether they've managed to find that lift of Ivanov's, the silver medal lift. That might be possible. Well, Randy's back with me. Hats off to Ivanov from the B group. He's got the silver medal, but SEDOV, well, he's the class act, isn't he, Randy?
Yeah, well, we said at the top, that he might be the surprise tonight, and he's off to a good start. This guy is aggressive in a very good way. I mean, he's hungry, and in fact, this is what his coach, Alexei Nia, told me, that unlike Ilya, who maybe has gotten a little comfortable in his position and enjoying fame and a little nightlife